chapter 9, verse 93. Okay, mahaba pa ito, but I would like to share the gist of these verses tonight. For though I am free from all, sabi ni Pablo I have made myself a servant to all, that I might win more of them. To the Jews I became as a Jew in order to win Jews. To those under the law I became as one under the law, though not being myself under the law, that I might win those under the law. To those outside the law I became as one outside the law, not being outside the law of God, but under the law of Christ, that I might win those outside the law. To the weak I became weak, that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all people, that by all means I might save some. I do it all for the sake of the gospel, that I may share with them in its blessing. Now, sa Gospelite, ang ating slogan is, at ating mission natin is leading generations into a life-changing relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. So nakafocus tayo sa gospel, and that's our name. We are centered on the gospel. Ang magandang balita, hindi opinion, hindi suggestion, kundi magandang balita na si Kristo pumarito, namatay, nilibing 3 days later, bumangon, nabuhay ulit, at babalik. At siya yung ating message. We have only one message, and that is the gospel. Now, katulad ni Pablo, we have the commitment really to share the gospel. Kaya nga dito, gusto ko lang i-emphasize dito na si Pablo naging servant. Tingnan niyo sa verse 19. Sinabi niya na free ako, wala akong obligasyon. Ang ibig sabihin pag sinabi niya ako'y free, hindi siya, wala siyang obligasyon mo. I have no obligation kung gagawin ko, kung hindi man. Ganun ng free. Ang taong free is hindi siya na tali, right? So, pero sabi niya, I have made myself a servant. Ang pagka-servant, ang isang, kung tayo po ay magka-attitude ng servant, is a choice. Pinipili ni Pablo na I become a servant. Kanino? Sa kunti? Sa ilang tao lamang? Kundi sa lahat, sabi niya, I'm the servant of all. So, ang ibig sabihin niya dito is, I am a servant to all kinds of people. Kung Mahudiyo man, kung mga Gentiles ng Jews man, mga weak man ng mga tao, kung mga tao man na they are strong. So he was talking about how to serve other people for the gospel. Now, hindi lang siya nag-serve para mamulitiko. Hindi siya nag-serve para tawagin siya na magaling nitong tao na to, nagsiserve, Hindi. Para po, maka-share siya ng gospel. So, ang challenge ko sa atin, especially in 2024, is paano tayo maging servant sa Panginoon? Paano tayo maging gamitin ni Lord sa katulad ni Pablo dito na di ba sabi niya dito that mayroong mga sa verse 20 mayroon siyang sinabi, do not being myself under the law. Ako po parang Hudiyo, kung kasama ko mga Hudiyo, parang Hudiyo din ako, pero hindi naman ako nag-endorse sa law. And then sa mga Gentiles, dito sa verse 21, not being outside the law of God but under the law of Christ. Kung kakain sila ng mga ibang mga pagkain na hindi, kung pa hindi haram, hindi, ang haram is unclean, clean, di ba? Clean or unclean, nalimutan ko na ano yung haram. Haram is
haram, hindi malinis. Halal is malinis.
Yeah. So kung malinis ang pagkain ganoon. Pero ginawa niya 'yon not because he's under sa law, kundi sabi niya dito, I am under the law of Christ. Ang ibig sabihin niya dito is nag-contextualize siya. Pagkain, kung ano man ng mga forms na ginagawa, pinagbigyan niya. Because hindi naman niya kaepekto yun sa gospel. Hindi naman nakaepekto yun sa, wala nang bahagi yun sa ating message, di ba? So, sabi niya sa verse 23, ay itong conclusion niya sa close na verse 22, sa later portion, I have become all things to all people. Ibig sabihin, naging servant ako sa lahat ng tao, that by all means I might save some. Para lang na marami pong makarinig ng gospel at maligtas. Nagamitin ako ng Panginoon na sila po ay makarinig ng magandang balita at maligtas. I do it all for the gospel, for the sake of the gospel, sa verse 23, that I may share with them His blessings. So, i-connect ko ito sa Romans 13 na sabi ni Pablo na dapat wala tayong utang. Sa 2024 dapat yun, no? Wala na tayong utang. Pero may utang na hindi dapat natin na kalimutan. Ang pagmamahal sa tao. Sabi ni Pablo diyan, I owe nothing to you except love. Okay? Sabi niya sa Romans chapter 1 din na I am under obligation to preach the gospel. Romans 1:14-16. Ang ibig sabihin dito is nagkaroon ng prioridad or priority si Pablo to focus sa gospel. So, ginawa niya ito for the sake of the gospel. Okay? Now, ang gusto ko lang bago magtapos na ang proper motivation natin why we serve is because for the gospel. When we talk about the gospel, it's because of the Lord Jesus Christ. So, kung walang proper motivation, hindi rin tayo mahihikayat na mag-serve faithfully. Kasi kung kung worth ang ating objective, ang ating goal, if the goal really is very, very convincing, persuasive, malamang gagawin natin ang lahat because we believe that the goal really is worthwhile. Magsakripisyo lamang ang tao sa isang bagay na kung siya kay kumbinsido that this is really something worthwhile. Why should I give my life and my time, my resources, bagay na wala namang kabuluhan, wala namang kwenta, right? But for the sake of Paul, he was really convinced that there's no other greater than pursuing the gospel and for the proclamation of the gospel and for serving the Lord Jesus Christ sa buhay. Okay? So I hope that this will set the tone sa atin na every time we serve in church, every time na maging bahagi tayo sa ministry o ano man ang ginagawa natin, huwag nating kalimutan. Naging servant tayo. It's a choice because of the gospel. We have made all things unto all men because of the gospel. In order na marami pong makarinig sa gospel at maligtas sila. So, yun ang pinakapagandang gift na mabigay natin sa tao na they will know the Lord Jesus Christ. There's no other greater gift except the Lord Jesus Christ, right? So, I hope that you are encouraged by these verses sa testimonya ni Pablo. Okay? So, balik tayo sa ating to share sa mga kwano. Okay. We can go to the small rooms muna, Wing, para doon na tayo mag-share ng ating personal request, and then later on magbalik tayo for the group prayer meeting or group prayer